emotion is rage.
Hi, I'm Bobsto, the Elder Weeb,
And I'm Red, the bald-headed wonder.
and we are the Anime Boys.
Anime boys.
Hell yeah, the Anime Boys. Fuck
Anime
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
boys. We up and rising. That's
So,
what we is. We come into the tower of the cool man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a rapper.
But anyways, we're continuing with part 2 of our special episode on Mob Psycho 100 Season 1.
Bobso.
I think
That is
yeah.
a terrible intro. Guys, we're
Yeah?
starting the second part of Mob Psycho 100, episode 7
Listen, man,
through
I'm not
12.
trying to
Are you kidding
listen,
me right
man.
now?
Listen, man, I'm not trying to J Station it.
I am. I'm not trying to
I'm
J
not-
Station,
I'm not
but
trying-
I'm trying to
Yeah.
get pumped because this is the
Yeah.
best
Yeah, man.
ending ever.
Yeah,
to
man.
the first season
this
rather.
This is these. I specifically remember these are this is a set of episodes that you got specifically hyped about.
Yeah,
And this is what
'cause
really
this
sold
is what
the
really
series on
broke-
you.
Yeah, this is what really broke me into the series, and
Yeah,
because I remember you asking me you want to keep going? I'm like, you can't ask me that question. Like, why would you
Yeah.
ask me that dumb question? Like,
yeah. Well, you're being kind of a bitch early on. It's like I don't
Hey,
know. You're like I
hey.
don't know, man.
I was really tired, and
Okay,
two, it looked like a massive fucking JoJo drug trip. Is what it looked like.
Hey, dude, JoJo drug trips are pretty good.
JoJo is.
And their sheer
I still
ridiculousness.
stand that JoJo is terrible, but
Says the man who has yet to leave the Shire in the series.
you mean the 7 episodes that I watched?
No, you've only watched like 3, dude.
I've watched more than 3.
Mm-mm.
Maybe
Watching
not
them
quite
over doesn't
7,
count.
but I know I watched
Why?
more than 3.
Watching them again doesn't count, Red.
No, I know it doesn't. I've watched more than 3.
anyways.
It's still terrible
But-
looking. I just can't get past it.
Mm.
But we might still cover
Like
it
I
for the
said,
podcast.
Well, no, we are covering with the podcast, just not anytime soon.
Oh,
But anyways,
are. I'm glad I don't get a say
yeah,
so.
Hey, this is part of the podcast. We cover series I want to cover, cover series you want to cover.
I know, man.
yeah.
I'm picking.
But anyways,
Let's move on.
let's move on. Let's get out of this tangent that you started.
Well, your fault. We got on a huge
Anyways,
tangent
it's all-
anyway. So
It's all okay. Anyways, we got episode 7.
episode
Um,
7.
Actually, so I was wrong in the last episode. This is the episode where Mob is referred to as white tea poison.
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah. This
so
is.
you
it's
got
like the-
Mob's got an alter ego. He's like Slim Shady, but for
Yeah,
emos.
he's
You-
he's the shadow leader without him knowing he's the shadow leader.
Yeah, he's got a secret identity about him that's so secret that not even he knows.
that not he even knows. It's only
Hey,
only the local delinquents know it.
It's top secret, sir. It's top secret.
Yeah. But hey,
But-
things are pretty good because Dimple's back, man.
Dimple's back, but I want to talk about literally the first note I have on here. It says Mob done made the high school's most wanted.
Oh, dude, he's got 5 stars.
He does. I would say he has more than that. Screw the usual
Yeah, man.
system. He's done broke that.
It's got 100 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's, we
Um,
keep making that reference, but it's still funny. Uh,
Dude, listen, I wouldn't be doing it so much if the number 100 wasn't so obsessively prevalent throughout the entire series.
but for anybody
Um,
that, hasn't watched our first episode, we do recommend you go see it right now because um, you won't understand where we're starting here because in the last episode, we got a little taste of Ritsu's power, which he opened up
yeah,
at the end of episode 6, which is
yeah.
why.
Man, you say,
Huh?
so man, you're saying that, but our most viewed video is a part two of My Dress Up Darth.
I mean, that's
It
true, but
has more views than the first
I
part.
just recommend,
Yeah, I
but see,
know,
that one flowed
I
so
know, yeah.
well that you didn't really need
Uh-huh.
to know context. This one is a bit different. Like you need to watch the first one to understand the second
Yeah,
one, because this is where we start getting into more Ritsu's arc, which is really awesome.
yeah,
Ritsu tapped into his like powers in the last episode, which was episode 6, and in this episode, we start seeing what exactly is starting to come to light. And the episode gets
yeah.
started with Ritsu coming home and seeing, like Bobsto said, our good friend Dimple.
It's his dimple. Man, yeah, I gotta fucking say, I don't know if this is something that's genetically within like just like genetic within the Kageyama family, but I don't know what it is. But Ritsu has the same fucking instinct as Mob did when he sees Dimple, and that is just to fucking beat the shit out of
Just
him.
beat the shit out of him. He starts
he
immediately
starts,
pile driving Dimple's face into
he
his
just
knee.
fucking yeah, dude.
He's like, "Oh, you're a spirit. I have to exorcise you." Starts fucking just
Yeah,
hammering his face into
and,
his knee, just as hard as he could.
yeah, dude. And so since he's like, hey, you can see me, that means you should have access to psychic abilities. And so Dimple brings him some spoons. At first, Ritsu's unable to bend the spoon, but
But
then
then,
he gets a little piss baby mad. He
piss
gets a little
baby, little piss
he gets
baby,
a little, he gets a little piss baby mad, and he
throws the
starts to bend the
spoon.
spoon. He tosses that shit to fucking bins, boy.
Yeah, but
And so
Dimple starts
oh, you
showing
go,
him exactly what he can do with all this new power, and Dimple wants to pair up with him. So
yeah, man.
we also get like a cool little uh, explanation on how Ritsu's powers work. He's so flooded with guilt and just desperation that he gets overwhelmed, kind of like Mob, but in a less over like
Yeah.
a less or a more underwhelming way.
Hmm.
So Ritsu's emotions control his psychic powers and allowed him to
Yeah.
break that little barrier past being normal to abnormal, and
Yeah.
now he's able to do all the things that Mob's able to do, except on a much like lower scale. So he can,
Yeah,
levitate things. He
he's
can
not
bend spoons.
fucking mhm.
Um,
He's not super strong, but he is like especially a little later on, he is capable. He's just not anywhere near someone like Mob or any of the other psychics throughout the rest of this season.
but Ritsu understands now the way that he starts controlling his power. And it's not in a way that he likes, but he takes control of it and starts doing it more. And with those powers, it
Yeah.
was because he had planted false evidence against a schoolmate in order to get him
Yeah.
suspended. Um,
Hmm.
so
Well,
Ritsu
actually,
and Bitch Nugget starts cleaning up the school, trying to do a clean sweep of all the filth that run through it. Like what they call as filth is just all the delinquents. What was you trying to say about Bobster?
I know I was saying shit, I'm trying to think
Did I
shit, I
did
forgot what
I
I was gonna say.
did I mess you up,
I
man?
think I think my brain fried for a second. I did
um,
kind of want to talk about fucking
fucking
uh His
Spit it out,
I
buddy.
like Dimple's little attempts to tempt Risu. He's like, yo, you could do fucking sick shit with your powers, man. Get all the
Yeah.
girls, get all the bitches,
Get all the hoes. Get
get all
all
the
the
hoes.
Beckys that
Your
want that
stretch.
junk.
Um, I'm trying to. There's one though I have. I'm trying to remember. I just put down Shinji looks like a fucking frog.
What?
Because there's like the student council president guy. I think there's like a frame where he looked like he had a frog looking face.
I guess, dude. I guess it was
And
during
I just
the.
put down.
I think it was during the compilation of them going from delinquent to delinquent.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. This fucking montage, like I gotta put down here, but it's like they're like, "Yo, we're gonna frame you, but also listen, if you just if you promise to, I forgot what the promise was, but basically it's like, hey, you won't get in trouble. We'll just place the blame on Tenga."
Yeah.
And it's just man, I feel bad for fucking poor Tenga at this point because actually he's not suspended. He's just so fucking devastated because his reputation's like ruined that he's just not going to class.
Yeah. He's just
It's
chilling
just
out with
the
the
boys.
boys. But
Yeah.
either way,
Um.
this arc is man, it was really, really good because we got to see more of the character that I didn't think
Yeah.
was actually gonna make spotlight. Um so with
You talking about
Ritsu,
Ritsu?
yeah,
Yeah.
with
Yeah. He,
Ritsu jumping into, his powers and making himself feel worse about the whole school situation, his depression keeps getting worse, his powers start getting
yeah.
stronger through using the
Yeah.
depression
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Depression. Listen, man. I wish my depression would make me stronger.
but then on top of that, right.
I
but
wish
on
my.
but on with all that, the only way that at the beginning that he could truly control his powers better or amplify them was by using Dimple to
Yeah.
get inside of him. So Dimple's original plan was to take over Ritsu's body, but
Yeah.
Dimple's still too weak to take over Ritsu's body. And he
Listen,
ends up
man.
just
Even
kind
though he
of
can't,
leaning on his shoulder a little bit.
yeah, even though he can't take him over, he can at least be a fucking lightning rod for psychic powers.
Right. So basically, um, so it shows a little montage of Ritsu after school, and he starts getting into more trouble with the delinquents who figure out that he's the one that's
Yeah.
been running around doing all the accusations and getting people suspended. And so they decide to jump him, but Ritsu has too
Yeah.
much of that Terry energy, boy.
He's he tripping hard.
so we also get to see Terry at this moment, but after he jumps all the fucking delinquents.
Yeah, man.
So Ritsu just beats the shit out of all the delinquents, just out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
yeah.
And
Yeah, it's no fucking
Terry,
contest. They're fucking probably almost dead.
yeah, and then our
Like
boy,
he hit them hard.
yeah, and then our boy Terry shows back up with his cactus
Yeah.
head.
Yeah, man. Listen, I guess the knives really did a fucking number on his hair if you can't correct that.
Man, what's funny though is that everybody loves his hair.
Yeah, dude, he's got. Listen, I wish my hair would look like a fucking an Alolan executor.
Dude, it just looks so
It's
stupid.
long.
So like the
It's so long.
entire in the intro of Mob Psycho, it shows a cactus being overgrown with yellow hair. And it leads
Yeah,
into Terry. The whole series I was just like, what has this got to do with my boy Terry? And then we get to this episode
and
and
then
I'm
you
just like,
understand and you see it.
oh,
Listen, man.
oh.
If you had the choice between a long ass wig or a fucking Ben Franklin haircut, which one would you go with?
Ben Franklin, obviously.
If you got hit with the Franklin,
Dude,
I think,
I think I would have to go with the Abe Lincoln,
oh yeah, dude.
the big top hat haircut.
Yeah.
Imagine Lincoln.
The
Imagine Abe Lincoln
uh,
having a fucking eraser head haircut.
that that wasn't his hair. That wasn't his hat. That was his hair. Actually, the photos were just too old. You couldn't see. All right, but anyways, he's like
enough picking
basically
fun.
Terror shows up. Enough roasting his wig. But Terror shows up. He's like, yo, Ritsu. No one man should have all that power.
No one man should have all that power. But Ritsu's getting
And it's
mad
like,
with power, and Ritsu's just like, "Oh, step off, son. You don't know me, bitch. Let's do it up.
yeah.
Let's duel, motherfucker."
And the Terror gives him the fucking. He gives him like the good old fashioned joy buzzer trick.
Yeah, he just fucks him up. He realizes that he is way out of this dude's league, and
Yeah,
Ritsu starts getting a little bit discouraged because he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go fuck up my brother next." But nah,
yeah.
my boy
Fuck my
Terry had
brother.
to my boy Terry had to put him in his place a little bit.
Yeah, man.
But
Yeah,
after all this like really
but
cool like Ritsu being a little bitch and running away and Terry showing back up and being a mega Chad, it comes into a really another little side story with Mob and I always forget his name. Mob and
Reagan.
Reagan. That's it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. This is interestingly. This is the first. This is like probably about a good quarter into the episode. This is the first time we see Mob in the entire episode.
mhm.
Because most everything's been focused on Ritsu. Like at this
And it
point,
will be for a
Ritsu has
while.
become Ritsu has a little bit of that main character energy at the moment.
Hmm.
He's gone from generic side character to slight secondary main character.
What's crazy is that
Um,
everything busts out in like one episode, damn near it.
oh, dude, yeah, dude.
This
But
episode was
anyways,
so seemed so long because of how much it had in it. But I'm
yeah,
gonna let you tell the vase story.
dude, this shit's fucking. This is probably so. In terms of Reagan scenes, other than the ones towards the end of the series of the season, this is probably one of my fucking favorite scenes
This
involving
was
Reagan.
Saul Goodman energy in it, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. So all right, so Mob, he's just chilling, he's walking, and he just gets picked up off the street by this fucking lady. It's like, hey, look at this really ancient vase. It's an antique. How about you buy it for like, I think she's like 500,000 yen. And Mob's just like, yo, I don't got that money. Well, you can ask your parents. Nah, man, I don't got that money. I'm not on the hustle. I don't got that. I'm just a kid. I don't got that money. Um, and Lily tries to knock it over, and Mom fucking like a boss just catches it with his fucking
Yeah.
mind powers,
He's just like, nah. Oh man, I'm sorry, I almost dropped that.
and then she fucking nudges him again, and then he drops it.
Which is sad
And
because I feel like he could have caught that one too.
yeah, listen, man, the second one kind of caught him off guard. He wasn't expecting it. If he was more
but
more aware.
but
But anyways,
they had
they're
to
like,
make the plot thicken. That's all it was.
yeah, it's like, yo, you broke it. You gotta fucking pay up now. You gotta call somebody. And a fucking scary mob looking guy kind of comes in, and mob, who does he call? His parents? Nah. He calls Reagan.
He realizes that his
And
parents do not have the money.
nah. He knew at that point. He knew before he even walked in. Nah, my parents wouldn't have the money for this.
Yeah.
But you know who might? You know who might? Reagan.
Reagan. My boy
And
Reagan.
so Reagan fucking comes in,
Oh man, this is
and
great.
they're like, yo, he broke this. And he's like, oh, what? And I fucking for the dubbing, I love the little subtle effect they put in of whatever he's like, he's talking about that huge piece of crap over there, and it's got like an echo effect on his voice,
It really does. It's so neat.
and it's just like, and like I said, it's like, interestingly, I guess I'll use this to talk about a small tangent. But whoever voiced fucking Reagan in this dub did like a really good job. Um, he goes all fucking out with almost every scene he's in, almost to the point that like a Japanese voice actor would. So, Red, I don't
Yeah.
know if you know this, but it's like Japanese talent, Japanese voice actors, they don't just specialize in voice actors. They're fully trained for like actual live action acting, music,
Hmm.
all of that stuff. Like they are professionally trained to be versatile in every form of entertainment. And so with your anime voice acting and whatnot, they tend to do a lot more. Instead of just voicing the character, they'll try to embody that character's like energy while voicing, and even to the point where they'll even sometimes like physically like pantomime and whatnot
Hmm.
to try to get them so you can get like a similar like feel for what the scene's going on. So if it's like a heavy like action scene or something, they might be doing a whole lot of moving around so they can get that sound of sounding kind of like like the building exhaustion and whatnot.
And this is why we call you the
That's
elder weeb, sir.
yeah. Yeah, did you think that Japanese voice actors were just like American voice actors where they just did voice acting?
Well, no, I mean, I figured they did more
Uh,
stuff than just
yeah,
voice acting because
yeah,
voice actors in
but
America
yeah,
don't just do voice acting. I
a lot of
mean,
a lot of animation voice actors specialize in just voice acting.
but I mean,
Like most of your anime actors, at least, most of them are just
I'm
voice
sure
actors.
somebody didn't know that.
Um,
So it's pretty neat information either
yeah,
way. Um,
yeah, it's pretty neat little thing. But the guy who does Reagan puts almost the same amount of like effort into it as those people because like there's a lot of shit where it just sounds like he is like physically like fucking moving around and shit.
yeah,
But
it's
uh
really neat. Like
tangent aside, or you can finish your thought real quick.
no, I was just like that huge piece of crap over
Piece
there.
of crap over there. Yeah, and they're fucking like, yo, the fucking mob fucking yakuza looking guy comes up to him. He's like, "What'd you fucking say?" And just grabs Reagan. And he immediately is like, "No, you hurt me, my fucking clavicle.
My
That's gonna be a
clavicle.
million yen. It's gonna be a million yen to fix it." It's like, wait, what? And they start going down the list of your breath smells bad, another million yen. You're yelling at me. That's causing me distress. That's causing me emotional distress.
Like mental distress.
That's another million.
Reagan's a fucking
And it's
con
just
artist.
he is just packing on a million, a million to I guess probably like a probably good like four or
He got up
five
to 5 million
millions are added.
yen.
Yeah, it's great. And like these guys are like, what the fuck is this? And he's just putting them in their. He's absolutely just putting them in their place. He
He
is out. He
really
is
is.
out conning the con men. Like
Yeah.
he's like, you guys think you're good at doing this stuff. Nah, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna do you one better. And then after all that, they lay out some scare tactics on him, and then he decides to lay out his own scare tactics. Like, well, you see, just before I got here, I saw a lady who was talking about how she was being haunted by the spirit. And lately, I've noticed that I've been haunted by the same spirit, and maybe now he'll start haunting
Well,
you.
like the way he said it, it was
Yeah,
every
yeah.
time that they come in
It's like a
contact with a different person, it goes on to them, and
yeah,
it's like a like sickness
yeah,
spirit.
yeah.
I think he's the what he put it like, and that's just
About yeah.
really weird.
And then he's like
Um,
he's framing. He's like dead serious with the entire thing. He's talking as if it's almost like a horror story almost.
dude, it's
Where he's like,
so
I hear strange
funny.
sounds at night. My dreams are haunted. And he's like, well, look, that doesn't feel very good now, does it? And as you're walking away, it just so happens an actual fucking spirit shows
Dude,
up
that's so
and
funny
starts fucking
because
with the
they didn't
shit.
put it like that. He just kind of described it. It happened.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they left,
And
he's just like, "Mom, thanks for that. You just kind of shook the whole building, really sold the whole thing." Like, oh
then
no.
Mom's just like, well, I didn't do that.
Mom's just like, "Oh, what do you mean? I
Actually,
thought you did
there's
that."
something very there's something very interesting about that scene. The spirit is actually there in the background throughout the scene. Like it's moving between the paintings.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, I'll have to go back and check that
It's a
out. But
very small detail, and it happened. I think it happens around the time when Reagan pops in, but at a certain point before the spirit starts doing its stuff, it's actually in the background, just sort of lingering.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah. Com. So we go back to Ritsu and whatnot, and Kamuro slash Shinji's actions, rather interestingly, is starting to cause division within the student council itself.
Oh yeah, it really
Like
is
they're
starting to like
it's
really
starting to get bad.
backsplash. He's just like he's representing our school and he's doing terrible things. And
Yeah.
so
Oh
after
well,
all this
there's some
starts
people.
happening, oh,
Hmm.
Camaro's just or Camaro, Camaro,
Kamuro.
Camaro. He's just like, who is the president of the student council? Me. I'll decide what's best for the school. And then immediately after he left school, he got his ass pounded
Yeah, dude.
by a bunch of thugs who thought
Yeah, dude.
that he knew white tea poison.
Yeah, man. We need fucking fucking white tea poison, don't you?
Because they think at this
Tell us.
point the bullies think that Ritsu is white tea poison. And
Mhm.
he knows that he's friends with white tea poison, or they think is
Yeah.
white tea poison. So he gets his shit pushed
Yeah.
in, and
Uh-huh.
all of a sudden he just stops coming to school altogether after a few attacks later. He starts getting his
Yeah, man.
everything pushed in, and Ritsu infiltrates Kamuro's dungeon of solitude.
Yeah.
His trash
It's
panda.
like it's his trash palace.
Yeah, his
He's living
trash
like that one
palace.
dude from Hunter. He's living like that one dude from Hunter x Hunter.
Dude, that was insane. Which that was a pretty cool like little cameo too that you showed me. But we won't get on that.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get on that tangent.
Um.
Because we're almost
Also,
30 minutes in. We're on this first episode.
yeah. Yeah, I want to say, dude, fucking Masashi is an absolute. There's a scene where Masashi is an absolute fucking bro, and he's giving a little pep talk to Tenga,
Oh yeah, that was in this
and
episode. This is
it's in this
where
episode. It's
yeah,
so fucking good.
this is where Tenga ends up actually like revolving himself, or evolving himself into something
Evolving.
better. He uses
Yeah.
he uses the body improvement club to make himself better about himself, better about the way that he is. He stops doing like he stops
Yeah.
being a thug altogether, which is kind of neat.
He's
Um,
he's joined the Tomo squad.
yeah.
Um, I do want to say I don't know about you. I fucking love characters in anime that have like similar designs to Tenga.
Oh
I
yeah.
love the gruff delinquent type. That's
Hmm.
actually why like I really like some parts of like JoJo and whatnot, because there's a couple of characters that have that same fucking aesthetic and character in that same like character type,
Yeah.
and I fucking love it. It's like a classic archetype, and it's usually, no matter what fucking anime it is in, it's usually really fucking strong when they appear,
Hmm.
because it characterized so fucking well.
Um,
Um,
Another little snippet that we have to talk about before we get into the really
yeah,
big scene at the end of the episode.
yeah, man.
We have to talk about the chick trying to pull Mob out into seeing if he can find more espers. Um,
Uh,
and Mob's just like, oh no, I don't see any. And then she takes him out again, and then he actually does feel and see an esper, but he doesn't tell her.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
a good
it's
old
just
hoodie
a
man.
yeah, it's a mystery man. Which I think this is exactly right after the Tinga scene, so we haven't really skipped
Yeah,
anything. So that gets
but
introduced, and as this gets introduced, another thing's happening over here to the left, which is with Ritsu. Um, Ritsu starts a gang war.
yeah, dude, this fucking gang war. It was just in this fucking alley, and all the fucking gangs from all the different nearby schools just show up.
Yeah, dude. And then in comes White Tea Poison, aka Ritsu, but also not aka because
Yeah,
he's not
but
White Tea
so
Poison.
nah, man, they just think he is. Dude, there's one fucking dude that just looks like fucking Beavis.
Yeah, he really
Yeah, I think we mentioned
does.
that. There's one dude. I don't know what it is. He has just his fucking expression. He's just like a background character. He just looks like fucking like a
So
delinquent version of Beavis.
Dimple, he gets up in this fight and he's just like, "Oh no, we're not doing this. I'm going to get help." And Ritsu's just like, "Fine, I don't need your help anyway." And Ritsu just commences on fucking everybody up in the goddamn alley.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
He just wrecks
He is.
all of them.
It's
Like,
fucking crazy.
and then as he gets done wrecking all this up, another scene's happening at the same time where Dimple is getting Terry to go find Mob, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden Mob shows up in the alley. And
Uh
he's just
huh.
like, "What are you doing, Ritsu?" Like, "Hey, buddy." Like,
Dude, I got actually I have a really good note that sort of describes the whole thing with Ritsu, and it said he is tripping with righteous indignation.
oh yeah.
Yeah, that's this one
That's a really
thing I
good
put down.
one.
Shit, I just realized before we go into the next episode, wasn't this the episode where Ritsu just straight up has his little Itachi moment on top of the
Yeah, because I
fucking
have that written down.
power
I was just
line?
about to talk about
Yeah,
that. This was right
yeah, dude.
before the mob war. This was right before the mob war. This was right before
Mob War.
the gang war.
The war. Okay, okay.
um,
Because I didn't have it in my notes, but I remembered that
he
because
was
we
sitting
fucking
up on a
mentioned that.
power line just like Itachi. I said Ritsu has definitely become Itachi, but not as elegant.
Yeah.
um,
So
but the end of the
anyways,
episode, it's Mob coming into the alley and seeing Ritsu. And that brings us into episode 8, which this is
yeah.
the most epic
Ah
fucking
man.
fight I have ever seen, dude. Oh my god. So, without going into extreme detail, we're going to start with the beginning of it where Mob comes in. Ritsu's done pushed all their fucking tits in. And Mob's
Uh
just like, "I'm sorry. This is my brother. He is my responsibility. And I will take all of the responsibility of him hurting you.
huh.
I do invite you to give you a humble apology and hope that this will never happen again." And
Yeah, man.
the bullies are just gonna be bullies, of course, and be like, "Oh no, he's gonna beat us to fucking pulp, and you think that we're just gonna be apologetic about it? You need to bow down, and you need to
Yeah, it
like."
even does.
And Ritsu at this point is
Um,
just like, "What are you doing? Don't fucking
yeah.
like
There's
don't drag me through the dirt." Like, what?
uh
I just
there's even another thing where like before that he even like the first thing Ritsu, says to Ritsu after seeing this aftermath of Ritsu just absolutely fucking a bunch of people up, he's like, dude, you got your powers? Fucking well, congratulations, that's sick.
yeah, it's
Like
really
he
neat.
fucking and yeah, and it's like, oh man, dude, Bob is like too good for too kind for his own good.
He's just a
Like he
good.
is.
He's the Chad of the
He's a,
century, man.
yeah,
Uh,
he is.
all these
Anyways,
like
as you
all these reverse Tomohiros, man. Like,
yeah, man. Um, there's another interesting where Ritsu sort of realizes that him looking up to Mob was actually more out of fear and inferiority.
it really
Like
was.
it wasn't like it was like, oh, like I look up to him because he's like my older brother. It's like, no, him having these powers make me both scared and feel like I'm less than him.
He has to step on egg. He feels like he has to step on eggshells around him, so that way he doesn't get
Yeah.
upset. He never was able to fight with Mob like a sibling. He just
Mhm.
always
Yeah.
agreed with everything that he said, and always, put himself in Mob's shoes, which in hindsight was really cool of Ritsu, but at the same time it made him feel, I wouldn't say inferior, but more or less scared of his brother,
Yeah.
which is the
Uh
complete
huh.
opposite of Mom. Like, Mom's just
Yeah,
like,
Mob is just like, well, he's like he's too chill, and at least like with someone like Ritsu wouldn't like do any like anything major like piss him off or anything like that. Like Mob would just shrug it off like super easily.
I I have in here, it says Ritsu, "Oh how the mighty have fallen. Once a Mega Chad, now the Becky of the year."
Oh yeah,
Oh
that's pretty good. I like
yeah.
that. I like that.
but
Um,
but then all of a sudden Ritsu turned from Itachi into Sasuke.
yeah, he really wants to fight. He wants to fight Mob to prove himself.
Yeah.
Um, but actually, I do want to say I really like how Teru, like, as soon as he sees that it's a matter between brothers, he's like, no, I'm not dealing with this. I'm just
Oh
gonna let
yeah.
them hash it out. But anyways, we got our mysterious hooded man is just chilling. He's watching it, He's got his popcorn. Um, and he gets a call from probably one of the coolest out of the enemy psychics in this season, and that's fucking Sakurai,
Oh yeah, dude.
Mr. Cool Ass Sword Man.
Oh man, but
Uh,
he gets introduced later. Um,
yeah. But anyways, he gets with the first. This is like the first thing we see of him, which is he calls our mysterious hooded man,
yeah, and
and he has just basically slaughtered the entire fucking Awakening Lab staff.
yeah, which the Awakening Lab, if you don't remember, is the lab that Ritsu was in to try to figure out
Yeah.
how espers contain their powers and use their powers,
Hmm.
because this man's rich and had nothing to do with his time.
Yeah.
That's really all it was. He didn't have
Hmm.
anything to do with his time, and literally captured
But he,
all of the children, the espers, and then
yeah.
murdered everybody else
Uh,
inside of the lab.
dude, I fucking love it because you see the bit of when he's on the phone, he fucking sheaths his sword, not by just putting it in the sheath, he fucking uses his fucking ability, his psychic powers, to fucking sheath the sword. And it's so fucking sick. I love characters like him, like it reminds me of like Alucard from Castlevania,
Hmm.
because he does the fucking telepathic sword shit,
Oh
and it's
yeah.
great. Um, but anyways, this is where good old anime Beavis shows up. I have it in my notes.
Oh, I do
And,
too. I said Beavis showed up.
oh, dude, he's there. He's there. He's one of the gang members. And oh
Oh, dude,
man,
it's so funny because this is
uh,
where they're starting to chortle and laugh at Mob for being
yeah,
submissive, essentially taking the responsibility for his stupid brother. Um,
and that's when our hooded man just drops in. He's like, "Sup?"
and he picks up Ritsu. Um,
Yeah,
and Mob's just like, "Hey, what are you doing, my brother? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, my brother?" And
he's
uh,
like, "Stop."
new guy, if I remember this correctly, new guy. Um, I think Ritsu tries to fight him,
Yes.
and the new guy chunks
Yeah.
his brother, just punches the fuck out of him, hits him with the McTwist, like,
Yeah, dude.
and
He also makes him just fucking eat the pavement.
oh man, and this is
This
where
fucking
Mob ain't fucking around. He ain't done.
yeah,
Like,
dude. That percentage is growing, and it's getting faster and faster.
yeah, man. So this was the cool part about this episode. It showed Mob using his powers, but not in an explosive way like he would
Hmm.
normally be in this state. So this man is
Yeah.
like in shaggy mode, like not using his
Yeah.
full
Yeah.
power. He's using like 1%.
Hmm.
And he is fucking this guy up. Oh my god. But as he's fighting and as he's just um the hooded man punches Mob so goddamn hard, it launches him
Yeah.
into a wall, sinks his
Yeah,
head into
dude.
it. And I was like, oh shit. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, dude. It's like Mob's dead.
Hmm.
Like Mob is so fucking dead. And but nah, my boy Mob. He ain't
Dude,
dead, dude.
there's a really good fucking animation of Mob getting kneed.
What?
Like he there's like a really good animation of a really good impact, really good impact made whenever Mob is getting kneed
Oh
by
yeah, dude. He
by a
rushes in
hooded
and just
man.
knees him in the fucking stomach, and you could see the
Yeah, dude.
spit it was so impactful, like so
Yeah.
fucking good. Man, that was sick.
hmm
He starts getting his shit pushed in. But
Yeah, yeah. The entire pre 100 like shit beating is like fucking really really well animated. And let's see. There's a really really good fucking shot as it's building and getting closer. There's a really cool black and white shot
oh yeah,
of
man.
Rage Mob,
Oh my god,
and it's
dude.
so good.
So Mob at this
And
point is just about to fucking blow again, and
yeah,
does. He most definitely
oh
does.
uh, he
And
he fucking blows all right.
at this point in the fight, this hooded man's just like, how is this man still going? How is this child just fucking me up? But Mom said, nah, it's time for the fucking McAss whooping that you came here for. It's on like
Okay,
fucking Donkey Kong.
here we go.
Launches this
It's
man
fun.
500 feet in the fucking air.
Yeah.
Brings him back down to a fucking pile driver through a group of buildings. Awesome
hmm
fucking slowed down, like slow mo
Dude,
impact inside of the
it,
building into like a little
it's so
tiny
fucking
explosion.
it's so
The
fucking insane.
the
I forgot
in
about how hard this first season went. I forgot about how hard like it went because I know like season two, like I've told you before, season two gets fucking insane. But it's been so long since I watched this first season that when I felt like I was watching this scene for the first time with you because I just forgot about it.
yeah,
And
it's
it's fucking the animation's so
man,
fucking on
it's
point for this
so
fight.
fucking good, man. It's so fluid, like the
Yeah,
impact of the fucking like hits. But when he pile
everything.
drives this guy through the fucking building, he hits him into the building so hard that it causes a fucking explosion and blows half of the building away.
Uh-huh.
And
Um,
just shows the man beaten the fuck down with Mob just doing this fucking like weird Dragon Ball Z style fucking glowy eyes. Just superhero pose fucking awesome animation. God. I could not get enough
yeah,
of this
dude.
fight. I was so excited at this point. I think Bobsto was just enjoying me, just listening to
Yeah,
me
dude.
in this fight. Because,
Well, I was getting hype with you because, like I said, I fucking forgot about this entire exchange,
but you
and it's
know,
it's fucking insane. So I'm about to say give off some more lore. Um, so do you know that there's actually a term for whenever action scene is really well animated?
what's the term?
It's a style of animation called sakuga, which basically it's just basically whenever a particular piece of animation goes super hard, like say like the pain fight in Naruto, when they start getting really crazy and drawing the characters like exaggerating like the flow of their like bodies and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
That's sakuga. It's
So
basically whenever
like,
shit starts getting insane.
what?
I was saying whenever shit gets insane, that is what people would refer to as sakuga.
Man, so like fighting animes like Baki and stuff like
Yeah,
that. That's what is it?
it's sakuga.
Sakuga.
Yeah,
That's interesting. I'm glad there's a whole like style of animation for that.
yeah, and it doesn't really have a certain like look to it because usually it's whenever like the animators are just given like the absolute liberty to like draw shit as crazily, draw and animate shit as crazily as they can.
Yeah.
And that's why I bring up like the pain fight because there's that one scene when pain is like where pain is like reeling back and his fucking face is getting all wavy and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's like basically Sakuga.
Man, it's
Um,
so goddamn good. But
but yeah, so this fucking fight is great, but sadly, Mob doesn't emerge to victory.
that fucking blows
he,
though.
he
Because
fucking beats into this dude though,
he beats this
so
man
fucking
with an
hard.
inch of his fucking life, is what
Yeah,
happens. And this man's just like, nah, let's just end this now. So, Mob, he gets up This man rushes in on him like he's about to just do a double decker fuck you, and then sprays him in the face with a fucking perfume that knocks out espers. I'm like, you
Yeah.
cock thistle. Like, what the shit was that? Like, this
And it's like,
big,
yo,
gigantic, amazing fight scene, and you're gonna end it with you being a pussy? Like, what the fuck is that?
hmm
Like,
and he's like, well, sorry, man, it's been a good fight. I got to take your brother though.
man, so this
Um,
man takes his brother away, and my boy Mob pulls a Rock Lee. Like, this
yeah.
man gets up after all of this fucking ass whooping he has received, the spray that was supposed to knock him up, he gets up, and all of these like fucking delinquents get up and start hovering around like, yeah, white tea poison, white tea poison, he's the real white tea poison. And
hmm
it fucks it fucks me up because in comes Terry after this whole fight just went down. In walks in Terry, says, "Nah, you might want to get away from the guy. He's not safe. He's
Like,
not safe to be
like
around."
don't do not like Terror has first experience of what happens to Mob when he's unconscious.
Well,
He's like,
that's
dude,
when I said
no.
that he pulled a Rock Lee. This man got up out of
Yeah,
instinct. He
yeah,
literally pulled a Rock Lee. Like when Rock Lee was
and
fighting
dude,
Gara,
he pulled off those weights.
he essentially, well, no, like after the fight was over with Gara,
Oh
after he
yeah,
used the gates, this man was just going off
yeah,
willpower, like straight willpower.
uh-huh.
I think this is where I started noticing that it has similar plot lines to Naruto, and me and Popsto made
Eh,
like a whole tangent about it. Um,
eh, not really. You can apply that with just about anything.
you can though, and
Not really.
but you know what? We're not gonna get back into that little
So
argument that we had, even
yeah,
though that I'm right. But uh,
no, you're not,
we
especially with how you describe Claw.
um, Claw is essentially fucking
No,
yes. How
they're
is it
not. They're
not?
not
It's a
the
roach.
Akatsuki.
It's a
They are
rock.
not.
I didn't call him the Akatsuki.
Okay.
I said it was
Orochimaru
Orochimaru's
is.
like little dungeon people, the ones that Sasuke put
Uh,
together.
mate.
Yeah,
I don't
yes.
know.
Don't go there, boss.
I
Like,
don't.
do
I don't
not
know.
go there,
Okay, well, the thing is,
Bobsto.
Claw, like, we'll get into it, Claw, but Claw's like like a psychic supremacy group, basically. Like that's the whole
But
thing.
it doesn't matter. It
That's
doesn't
not
matter.
really.
But this is where we start finding more about Claw, where this guy had come from. At the end of the episode, it's just a big explanation on
Yeah.
Terry explaining Claw to Mob after he wakes up. Mob has
Mhm.
realized and figured out that this man took his brother to this place and all of the other espers that was inside of the lab to this place.
Yeah.
And they find out that the rich man who was funding the program isn't dead, and
Yeah.
essentially that's the end of the episode.
He he feels guilty. One thing I would say about Claw is it's really fucked up. So, okay, so they're an Esper, basically an Esper supremacy organization that want to basically make it so where the world is just inhabited by nothing but Espers.
Uh huh.
And their plan is, well, we'll kidnap kids with promising powers and then make them into child soldiers.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
It's
It's
really
exactly
it's
how
really it's
Orochimaru's program
really
worked.
it's really really fucked. But I'm trying to think. We missed over one thing. That's Reagan's amazing Himalayan rock salt massage.
Honestly, I'd forgotten so much about it because there was so much cool
Yeah,
shit
man.
happening at
There's
this
so much
point.
cool shit. It's like right. It's before Mob away. It's whenever it's after the fight. And it's like a
But
small scene of Reagan.
if you want to talk about it,
It's
that's fine. But we
small.
really,
That's just it. That's just it. It's just a really good scene of Reagan.
yeah,
But
I forgot about
anyways,
that scene completely until you just mentioned it. 'Cause-
yeah. So anyways, we got episode 9. We got Claws HQ. We find out the hoodie guy's name. His name is Koyama, and he's talking about his mob with I think he's talking with Sakurai,
yeah,
and yeah, and he's just like, yo man, uh yeah, I got my shit beat pretty
he
pretty
really did.
yeah.
So at this point, it started talking about Claw starts showing up more. I think at the beginning of the episode, it
Yeah,
shows Ritsu and the other kids being transported over to the secret underground base that Claw has, and
yeah,
Mob and Terry find Mob and Terry find themselves in a predicament. Not really much as
yeah.
much for them as it is for the guy that they found.
Dude, I feel bad. So they're just talking. They're forming their game plan. Tara's like, "Yo, I'll fucking join with you." They've been harassing me for a good bit.
Yeah,
I want I
dude.
want I want I want to I want to I want to beat some ass as well.
Yeah, it's just
And
they're
then all
just
of a
talking
sudden,
about, hey,
fucking,
let's go fuck these guys up so
and as they're just
nonchalantly.
chilling, yeah. And then as they're chilling, fucking Tarada, this fucker Tarada, just busts in with his boys. He's like, "What's up, fuckers?
What's up, fuckers?
What's up, bitches?"
And then they start, let's throw it on the ground. He just
Yeah,
fucks this
man.
dude up.
Yeah, dude. Dude, I
Uh,
feel bad for this poor dude.
yeah, because
He,
Terry just wants to torture. He's in it for the booty, man.
yeah, dude. This man got fucking waterboarded by a fucking middle schooler.
Look, this man, the way he got waterboarded was that Terry, he ended up grabbing a bucket of water, filling it up, and just picking this man up from his feet using his psychic powers
Yeah,
and dunking his head into
yeah,
the
man.
fucking
Yeah,
bucket.
dude. They're just so nonchalant about
And
it.
they're just like, hey, so let me hear about your organization. This man tells them literally everything. And Terry's just
Yeah,
like, nah, he has more to say. And then Mom's like, no, he's kind of told us this. He's told us this. Exactly where to find my brother. Exactly where they're going to be located at. What is there more to know? And Terry's just like, I don't know, but let's find out.
listen. Terry may still have a little bit of energy before he turned good, where he's got a little bit of statistic side to him a little bit. I would say that I do fucking love the name of the division of people that Claude has that most of the seventh division is made up of.
Yeah, because
They're called the
this
fucking
is,
they're called the they're called the scars
yeah, and it's
because they
really
have scars.
cool.
It's really fucking cool. Because they all basically have scars from after they've from where they've survived and attempted fights with their boss.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's like,
really
oh
fucking
man,
awesome. Um, but we start getting introduced to all of the members in this next scene.
yeah, and they're all a bunch of fucking
They,
weirdos.
I wouldn't really call them weirdos at this point because we don't know much about them. They look kind of
Yeah,
intimidating, but let's get into the
yeah,
weirdo part later. Uh,
yeah.
but we finally see Reverse Master Popo. We get to see basically the
Strong,
cave.
strong woman.
I have in here, it says the Cave of Solitude in the League of Villains is on the rise.
Hell yeah. That's
But
what I'm talking about. But yeah, we got Mr. Purple's cousin. We got Strong Girl. We got a kid. We
but
got good old Sakurai. I got some other people, but we'll talk about those other people later.
yeah,
Um,
as the getting
yeah,
gets
as
good.
as they're as they get their asses.
um
Anyways, um, the foot. So I think it's like the foot soldiers look really fucking goofy, and they
oh
have like a
my
really goofy
god, dude.
demeanor.
Like all of the
But
foot
then they
soldiers
just
are
all of a sudden,
stupid.
yeah. But at the same time, these guys are also like still slightly threatening towards Ritsu and all the other kids from the Awakening Lab.
Oh yeah, very much
Um,
so.
Especially our first good fucking our first scar that we see, and that is Muto,
Muto, is that
who's like
Mega
this big,
Chin?
yeah, it's the Mega Chin guy. He's a big priest. He's like the weird priest looking dude.
Mega Chin. And we also get introduced to Orochimaru's prison. Um
He's like, I'm gonna take you guys one by one. Yeah, so like he's like, I say that even though I protest certain things, I will allow you to call this the Ritsu retrieval arc.
it is. It's 100% the
Uh,
Sasuke retrieval arc. But um
But Muto is like, all right, each one of you guys are gonna show me your powers,
My
no matter
boys,
what.
my boy
And
Steve.
he drags fucking Steve down the hallway. This is a full fucking shot as this big scary man just dragging this poor
Child.
Minecraft child.
Minecraft child.
This Minecraft child.
He's pulling him down into the
Yeah.
room. He's really scared. Uh, Ritsu is just like, nah, he's not gonna kill us. It's just all for show. And then all of a sudden, he
You
walks
just
out
hear
with
screams.
you hear screams, and then screams stop, and then he walks out with Steve's corpse in his hand.
Yeah, dude, the corpse, along with him, he's just covered in blood. He has like a bloody knife. It's like, oh shit.
He just murdered
It's
my
fucking.
brother, dude. Oh,
And let's just,
oh
and
no.
now let's juxtapose that with flying car. They pull some fucking Harry Potter shit,
They
Mob and Teru.
borrowed Ron's car.
Yeah, man. Man,
But
I love how absolutely fucking dumb they get with some of the usage of the psychic powers in this show.
oh my gosh. But we get introduced because this was the guy that they interrogated, and he got out of the car. He ended up getting away, and he starts showing off his powers, which is like whips. Basically, he
Dude,
was able to use.
his powers are really fucking cool,
They are cool.
despite him being a mega jobber. His shit's pretty good.
He's got some really cool powers. But
Yeah,
basically he has these really cool fucking like tentacle whips that he can use to
yeah,
like just smack the fuck out of somebody, and it was just really
yeah, dude.
overpowered. But unfortunately, he was going against my boy Terry, so
Yeah,
and then he got a little humbled by Mob because
listen.
he got the secret tree clap.
I call it a tree coffin.
Tree coffin.
Yeah, dude. Tree coffin. Tree
Tree
burial.
burial. But my boy
Oh
Terry
yeah.
gets whipped harder than I did by my stepmom. Uh,
Hell yeah.
but Mom has to put that nerd
Um,
in his place. Oh, so they did. They definitely put the man in his place, and they just go on about their business. But this is where we get introduced to. We finally get to figure out that Steve, my boy, is still alive. He's
yeah,
still
because
up and kicking.
thankfully they're telepathic and they can use that they can talk to each other.
Uh,
And he's like, no, my brother's still alive. And it turns out the priest guy uses illusions and whatnot.
Yeah, we figured
He's
out
got
that
that.
he uses different like mind tricks to make you think certain things, and that's how he uses his
Yeah.
psychic powers, which in turn makes a lot more sense than other psychic powers.
Mhm.
uh, but
Um,
during this moment, they just get to talking about, hey, we got to fake these guys out. We got to make them think that we're doing something
yeah,
to get out of
we
this.
gotta team up. We gotta fucking do some Shawshank Redemption shit here,
Yeah,
okay?
we got to get them out of
And, uh,
this. Just we got to
and I
make
got
them think that
perfect.
we're doing something on purpose, and so they
Yeah,
did. So Ritsu's just like, hey, let's get the lock. So my boy Elvis and my boy Flamethrower, they have to combine their powers to get the lock.
yeah,
So they do. He bent the spoon down into like an angle, and my flamethrower guy like melted the spoon into like a pick, and they
yeah.
picked the lock. And then unfortunately, the Geek Squad saw them, and
They're like, yo, what the fuck you doing? You can't escape without us like here, because like we're just gonna fucking beat you up or put you back in your cell. What are you gonna do?
but
And then
Ritsu's
Ritsu, Ritsu fucking burned. You just gotta chill here, dude.
he really doesn't, dude. He's just like, uh, he tells him like, "Oh, it must really suck being the weakest one in the room." Oh my god,
Yeah, dude.
this man just ain't got no fucking chill. So
And
they're just
then
like,
and
"Oh,
then
really?"
and he's like, yeah, man. And he just fucking steps out and he's walking down the hall slightly to a blind spot. in the cameras, and
Yeah,
he's like,
and
"I,
then
I'll fight you guys," and then he just absolutely bodies them.
it just flips them up against the wall, just smashes their
Yeah,
push, just smushes their push into the wall, dude.
but you know
And
what? I'll say it's pretty fucking smart of Ritsu to do that shit. I'm just saying.
bro, Ritsu is so fucking smart. He's the opposite of Mob,
Yeah,
but now even cooler. Like, um,
yeah.
so it says my boy shit whipped
Mhm.
them so bad they're saying hey to the Lord.
Yeah. Let's see. Dimple possess. I got one thing that says Dimple was possessing a guard, and it looks kind of creepy.
Yeah, this was at the beginning of it.
Yeah,
Right after the whole like him getting his shit pushed in.
yeah,
They go to them at the front gate, and the front gate people are like, "No, stop! You can't do this." And
yeah,
Mob's just like, "No time." It just swats him away like a fucking
yeah,
fool.
dude.
He
Sorry, man. I need to
bounces.
find my brother.
He just swats this man away. Like, I'm sorry, but no time. And Terry's just like, "Oh shit, he is not playing around."
Yeah,
But Team Rescue Pretty Boy is a go. Like,
yeah,
so,
man. Dude, the fact that Terror can destroy cameras with his powers is like pretty
dude,
fucking
it's
sick.
so fucking awesome.
But as to walk down, Toyama, he's back for more. He's like, "Yo, man, we need to fucking finish this."
Oh
And
yeah,
Terror's like, "You want me to come in?" And Mob's just like, "Nah, I got it.
yeah. Mob's just
I
like,
got it."
yeah, our hooded man came back.
And you want to describe what fucking
So
fucking
he bounced this man up against the wall like a game of Peggle. Like
yeah, dude.
this man,
I
he just cracked him and
I
fucking
said,
he just
yeah,
fucking
dude.
Loki'd the man.
Yeah, I was about to say that he was also. I was about to say in my notes I have that he also gave him the fucking Loki treatment. It was like a fucking game. It was like a game of pinball, and Bob just got the high score,
Oh my god, dude. Mob said, fuck these small
dude.
fries. He wants the full quarter pound meal, bro. He said,
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
He fuck. He fucks him up, dude. It's not just he's hitting him against the wall. There are fucking craters left.
But after he gets his fucking shit pushed in, Captain BDSM is sending out the distractions. She sends out
Yeah,
all of the trainees to go fight these people that she knows she ain't gonna win.
yeah, dude.
Literally
I
just
feel bad for
small.
these poor
I mean,
fuckers, because like they don't have any like powers and anything. They're just fucking foot soldiers, and they're just getting wrecked.
oh my gosh,
Um,
man.
so we go into episode 10. We got some other foot soldiers just chilling in the lounge, playing Jenga and
Yeah.
cards. Man, there's just one dude in the corner with a huge ass fucking bottle of
This
alcohol.
this man ain't got a 40, he got the 400.
He's got the 80 ounce.
He's got the 100 ounce.
Yeah, dude. He's got that big ounce, but
Oh my gosh,
he
man.
he's like the one dude where it's like, you know what? They're like, yeah, I heard, apparently there's people breaking in. He's like, should we do something? He's just like, nah, man, listen, we stand no fucking chance
He said, "Let me just
against
tell you about the
attack.
scale about these things. We're just part of
Yeah,
this organization. And if we
hmm
just stick with the organization and do absolutely nothing, we get rewarded."
we get rewarded. And if they win, we win.
Unfortunately, if
And
you think about it, they ended up not because of
yeah,
certain
yeah,
situations at the end of this little
yeah.
arc. But
So
um,
anyways, Ritsu sneaks in to get what was it they were getting from them?
Ritsu was just I don't think they were in there to get anything at all. I think they just was trying
They're sneaking
to
by.
they were trying to
Yeah,
sneak by and it just didn't work because Ritsu's plan was to knock them out, but they just let him go.
yeah,
And so they're just like, okay, cool, we'll leave then.
yeah. And then he just There's the drunk dude's like, "Nah, just let them go. They're fucking espers. You stand no chance." Like this dude with the bottle, like he's the most reasonable, like realistic guy. That's like, no, you guys can't take him on.
Man,
Know your limits.
but basically everybody in like the top members of the Scar or whatever
Yeah,
they're called, it just looks like Shredder hacked their face. Like,
yeah, because they tried fighting the boss of Claw
yeah, and
and
that's
got fucked.
it's just really
And,
funny.
and some of them and some of them have multiple scars.
Um,
Um,
so
but anyway,
in my notes here, I have Terry had to give the double whammy slam. What am I referring to here? I don't remember this part.
um,
This was the fire guy.
the fire guy. That's a little bit.
No, it
There's a little
wasn't.
bit of
No, it
stuff.
wasn't. Fuck. What was
No,
this?
there's some stuff where he's like absolutely fucking people up.
I can't. I guess this was the section. I said Terry had to give the double
Maybe,
whammy
maybe,
slam.
but Dimple, he's disguised as a guard. He's able to slip through. Um, sees some. Sees he's like, yo, I want to get into that room. And he walks in, and you see, dude, she has a fucked up, like, it's like fucking pod with like fucking blood in it and shit. It's like, oh shit, what the fuck did they get up to here? These are some fucking experiments. And
No.
despite Dimple,
This was after the
oh
flame.
okay,
This was the flame. This was after the flame guy.
okay,
So this is why I had this set up. So I said Terry said watch the hair and everything in my notes. Um, no need to fear. Team Scar is here. I got so
yeah,
many stupid ass
um,
notes in here, dude.
dude, the
Um,
image of fucking Teru just sitting on top of a pile of people he just absolutely fucked up.
yeah, that's
It's just
exactly.
great.
Yeah, he's just like intimidating. But then in comes this flamethrower guy who's just melting the room, and
Yeah,
Terry just said,
I call him Fire Beavis because he also kind of looks like Beavis. Yeah, he's got the fire, fire.
"Oh my gosh!" But
Yeah, man.
anyway, he grabs the fire guy and he's trying to not get burned by using his shield, like his psychic shield,
Yeah,
and he ends up reversing the psychic shield to roast this man alive and turning
yeah,
him
dude.
he basically turned him into a zombie from Dying Light. He looks so
Yeah, dude.
bad.
It looks like he's about to start talking about chocolate. Did you say something about chocolate? But no, dude, the fucking Burt charter mains of this dude looks really fucking cool.
Oh, it really does though. It's so fucking nice.
Um,
But the fight ain't over yet.
fucking
So
Fuck
Terry,
Larman fucking Sakurai shows up.
oh my gosh, my boy Terry got caught with the Zelda. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
he just gets fucking karate
Oh hell
chopped.
yeah. Oh dude, Sakurai is definitely a fucking McMain.
Oh my god. Dude, that's so fucking funny. Oh shit.
That's good. I'm glad you like it.
Oh my god, I'm dying over here. Oh,
Uh,
but
we cut the mob, and he's just surrounded by puppets.
oh my gosh, yeah, mom. He's just a gullible kind of guy.
Yeah. Have any of you guys seen my brother? I just
So
want to find my
gullible, bro. So he ends up. This girl's just like, "Hey, let's go play with my new toy, aka Mob." And
Yeah,
so he all of a sudden the girl comes back and she's crying her eyes out, and she's crying her
yeah.
eyes out to what's her face? I can't remember her name. What was her name?
Suchi. Suchi.
Suchi, which I like this one. She's probably my favorite one out of the
Yeah.
Claw members. But
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
But Mob fucked up all of this little girl's puppets, which she used puppets, kind of like in Naruto, the puppet guy. But
Puppeteering powers aren't exclusive to Naruto, Red.
I'm just saying, puppets. Um, but you got the puppets, and Mob done fucked all of these puppets up. And
Yeah,
the girl
dude.
comes back crying, and that's where he fucked up.
Yeah, Suchi's like, yo, what? You made her cry.
Like, you made her
I'm
cry.
gonna fuck you up.
So she's just going in, and Mob done caught the whole fucking 10-piece meal, and she's just beating the fuck out of him. She's just too quick for Mob, and then
Yeah.
basically Mob said, Terry hits harder than you do, bitch. Like,
Yeah, man. She's
Mom's
like, I'm
just
hitting him like
taking it,
super
dude.
hard. Why? I'm hitting him super hard. Why isn't he like being just? Why am I not destroying him?
But
Why
Mob,
does he not turn to red taste?
and then Mob just, the gentleman that Mob is, he's like, I've been raised not to hit a lady. I don't want to make you cry.
Mhm.
And she
It's
said,
like Sanji. He can't. He doesn't want to fight a woman.
which is so fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
He's
basically she said,
just like,
I'm
you don't need
giving
to
you,
hold back on me.
yeah, she said, I'll give you permission.
Yeah.
So then it cuts to over to where Dimple got into the room and found out what they were doing with all of the experiment kids
Yeah.
in the test tubes. But
Yeah.
he gets introduced. He gets introduced to Pain.
Good old Tarada.
Good old Pain.
Not Tarada. Just Tarada. Fucking. Was it Matsuo? Is his name? Yeah,
Yeah,
Matsuo.
Matsuo, but aka Pain because he controlled spirits, kind
No,
of, like Pain did.
no, it's not the same thing, dude. There are plenty of fucking characters that use spirit summons.
Kind of like Jujutsu Kaisen, who also used spirits.
That's more apt than Pain, because those are like
Pain
separate
100% used spirits to fight for him. That was one of his whole 7 paths.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I'm gonna keep doing this just to piss you off.
But anyways, shit, fuck, what was I gonna say?
I don't get you.
But anyways, Matsuo is he's like, yo, yeah, you're gonna take out my fucking spirits, huh? And then Dimple just immediately pulls a fucking fast one on him.
Dude, he really does. I'm gonna let you talk about this one because I've been talking a lot about
I
all of the scenes.
I don't have very detailed notes other than Dimple pulls a fucking
Dude, so
fast one on him.
Dimple, basically what he did was he made him think that he escaped. So he escaped from the body he was in, made him think that he was gone. So he sent his spirits after Dimple, but Dimple just ended up hiding inside of the body again without, escaping. And he trapped the other spirits in the door where they couldn't get in back in the room. And then and then Dimple just was about to waylay on this guy. But unfortunately for Dimple, he had more.
Because he's got an entire fucking jar of them.
Yeah, he had like a whole jar. And he ended up trapping Dimple in the jar with the other spirits.
It's actually more cultural lore. Are you familiar with what a poison jar is?
Yes, I actually do know what a poison jar is.
Okay. Because that's basically the way
I know what that is.
It's where you put the bugs in, and the one that survives is deemed the strongest one.
Exactly.
And it's fucking
It's nuts.
And it's like that, but with ghosts.
It's really funny. I like how they referred to it in there. I actually have it in my notes.
Yeah.
I actually have that in my notes. It's like the poison jar.
That's cool. That's cool. Hell yeah.
So yeah, you're not the only one who knows really cool lore. Like
hell yeah. I'm glad we're on the same page here with the poison jar shit.
But
Um,
he released Big Tittle on him and trapped him.
big tittle. um, oh, I did want to say earlier in the episode, around before the Suchi fight, we get introduced to Sho, who's a
Show.
kid with psychic powers. He's the kid.
Oh, we haven't gotten to that yet.
No, he shows up here.
No, this was
It's fun. Like I said,
after. This was
it's
after the.
before the Suchi fight because my notes
Was
are
it?
in chrono. I wrote my notes as the episode was going on. He doesn't. He's like it's just like a flashing of him being introduced, and it shows off his psychic aura, and it's
Mm-hmm.
got this cool like it's like a cool like inverse
You're.
kaleidoscope.
Yeah, you're right because I have
Yeah,
something here that talks about the next scene with him in it. So
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's when Ritsu's with the kids and he roasts for
Yeah,
the
yeah.
poor
So it just
Andy
shows
haircut.
it shows
Yeah,
Ritsu just fucking going for it. Uh,
yeah,
but you can go
but
ahead. I'll let you explain this
no,
scene.
no, I just made note of it because like one show has a really good design, but also like I said, he has a fucking his effect with his psychic aura is a inverse colored kaleidoscope effect. Like instead of it being like the purple and green sort of look to it, it's more so like red and orange.
Yeah, it was like really, really neat. Hang on just a
Mm-hmm.
second. Sorry.
It's all good.
Um, I really liked the way that they portrayed his powers without him actually using his powers. Um,
Yeah.
it's very
Um.
similar to Mob's like aura and just the reverse Mob's aura. So it's
Mhm.
um,
Yeah.
he
But I just wanted to go
basically
back for.
can sink into things. Oh, which is also really fucking cool. Like he can morph
Yeah.
into shit. Like not morph like into certain objects, but morph through like buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is really fuck. It's kind of like My Hero Academia. That guy.
Mirio.
Yeah, like that's what I
Yeah.
referred him to in my notes.
Yeah.
He's just the kid
Um.
version of him.
And but anyway, so back to the present. You know, Dimples capture. He's put in the fucking jar. He's put in the fucking cum jar.
Yeah, and then he gets then it cuts back
And,
over to Mob fucking that
and
woman up.
yeah, and then they're like, "Oh shit, he's fucked up Tsuchiya." Sinden Takeuchi, Mr. Popo's
Yeah,
cousin,
Mr. Popo's cousin. So
and his face
uh,
morphs, and I don't like it. It
he
makes me
really does.
uncomfortable.
So essentially, the way that his powers work is that the more aura that he gives off, it
Yeah.
changes his appearance. It's so like so amazing. It's kind of like Mob's power. Whenever he gets
Hmm.
100%, it changes the way he looks depending on the
Hmm.
mood that he's in at the time. But it cuts into him coming through, and then
Mob just fucks him up
Mob just immediately
immediately.
just swats him away. He's just like,
And
Mob ain't got no time for
Takeuchi,
bullshit. Like,
Takeuchi is supposed to be one of the stronger scars too.
yeah, which is so fucking funny. But Mega
Uh-huh.
Chin comes back in at this point. Um,
Yeah.
so Mob turns the corner and finds Ritsu on the ground, just beaten the fuck up. Which
Yeah.
what he thinks is Ritsu, dead.
Hmm.
And Ritsu's just sitting there trying to wake him up, and Mega Chin turns the corner and starts using his powers on Mob, which is his
Dude.
dumbass
It's,
mistake. Like that's one person
this
you
poor
don't
dude.
fuck with your brain with.
This poor dude. So I want to say, so he starts fucking pouring in illusions and just visions of Mob finding Ritsu dead or hurting Ritsu. It's all this horrible shit. And as it's happening, there's this cool fucking effect of Mob's face. He's just getting super wavy and shit,
Yeah.
and it looks so cool. Like I love this little sequence of the dude putting his this overflowing mob with his illusions. However,
You
you
don't
made a
do that.
mistake with doing that with a man who's got a complex where every time he hits 100, he fucking shit happens.
Yeah,
And in
so
this
he forced
case,
this man to go up to 100% by showing traumatic events for Mob,
Yeah,
and it reversed the power back into Mega Chin. It made
dude
his
got hit.
fucking brain explode.
Dude got hit with the sadness seizure.
It did.
He got his brain got fucking sword art online.
Fucking sadness seizures.
Yeah, dude, his brain is fucking fried.
But this is where Mob passes out. He passes out from the brain explosion. And
Yeah,
it shows that Dimples done got captured. Terry's done got
terrorist
captured.
captured,
Ritsu is alive and well, also captured. And then it
and then
puts
the
us
mob is
into
captured.
yeah, and then it puts us into episode 11.
Okay, these two are probably both 11 and 12 are both some of the best episodes in this entire fucking
Dude,
season.
we get to see some like the pinnacle of fucking Reagan in this fucking
Dude,
anime.
alright.
I think I'm gonna let you
So,
explain these because man,
okay, so you know what? Reagan's been trying to contact Mob for like hours now. It's like, well, shit. He usually usually hasn't usually he calls me and whatnot. And Reagan just straight up uses a fucking GPS because it turns out Mob has a GPS that Reagan has access to, and just straight up finds Mob's location through the fucking GPS app. And he is just chilling. He's in his fucking this taxi. Straight up pays the dude for, I think, I forget, it's like a stupid amount of fucking yen, like a lot.
yeah, to bring him out to this fucking secret underground location that's supposed to be secret.
Yeah.
He just
Um.
finds it.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't want to say there's a really good flashback with Mob about with Ritsu with him remembering a time when him and Mob went bug hunting,
Oh
and it
yeah.
shows off they get lost. It turns off Ritsu has really good navigational skills, and Ritsu feels extremely guilty. And actually, they have a very Mob and Ritsu have a really good moment together, where Mob just says that he's very proud of Ritsu and what he's done.
Yeah, so like
Um,
Ritsu can't even apologize correctly.
yeah,
Like
hmm
because Mob's such a Chad, dude.
yeah,
Mob just cares about his brother. That's all it was, man.
and show show also, and like you guys, show and the other Scar, and show just gives no fucks. He's just laying into these fucking into the other Scars.
Dude, Show is
He
yeah,
just
and Show is just this little kid who's supposed to be a trainee,
yeah
and it just doesn't work out very well.
yeah he is not holding his tongue, and it's like gives the impression that, oh, there might be more to this kid than him just being like a new member. Because the way he talks, he has like this air of authority about him. But anyways, we get back to Reagan, and he just fucking walks up to the fucking compound, just casually, and everybody's just like, "Well, what are you doing here? Who are you?" He's like,
This
"Well, I'm
man
here. I'm
is the
here."
master of faking it
He's got
without
he's got
realizing he's faking it.
he's he's got his charisma set. Like he's got all his stats, his points in charisma,
He
and then
really
maybe a few,
does.
into dexterity for his massages. But anyways, he's just like, well, you know who I am. I'm here I'm here to inspect the compound. And like, oh shit, is he the boss? He convinces them that he's the boss. He convinces them that he's the boss,
Dude.
and they're all just like, he's like, I want to see what's going on here. Can you show me around? And he is just bullshitting his way through
He
constantly.
this man
The dude,
is
the, the dude scares them into looking like children's drawings. That's how much he's able to convince them
look, what's funny
that
is
he's
that
the
he's
boss.
not even trying to convince them that he's the
No,
boss of
he's
the
not.
establishment.
He's
He
not. And when he realizes when he realizes that they think he's the boss, he just plays right into it.
like I don't even think he realized it until the end of it. Like
Yeah,
so like he's just going along being like, you should not be doing this. why do you
You should
have
not be
people
doing this.
locked up? Like, this is rude. Would you like to be
Yeah,
locked up?
this is would you
Like,
like to be locked up? This is wrong. What do you got? What are children doing here?
he's like, we're just
You
following
shouldn't
orders. He's like, I got minions that are supposed to be thinking on their own, and all you can do is follow orders. I'm like,
follow
oh my
orders.
god, dude!
Yeah, dude.
Like this man is
Um,
so good. He's just,
yeah, dude. But that
it's
was going well for
crazy.
Reagan until he runs into some scars.
Which everything was playing so good.
And
They released Mob, they released Ritsu, they released
yeah,
everybody that was in the fucking building just because he thought he was
uh-huh.
the boss man. And then one of the members of
Yeah,
the
and
group,
I like how he's like mob. And I like how he's like mob. What are you doing here?
yeah, he's just like, Mob, what are you doing here? Like,
um, and so he runs in, and sadly, they run into another scar, which is fucking Ishiguro, and this is the first time Reagan sees actual like serious psychic powers,
yeah,
and
dude,
he's
like,
just freaking the fuck out.
yeah, it's not like he's so fucking chill about it. Like,
Hmm.
oh my god, he's so chill about it. But
Uh,
this man has done pissed off Captain BDSM.
yeah, Ishiguro's not liking it.
So in comes Master Reagan, who's just um Reagan just fucking drop kicks her ass, dude. Like just as
Yeah,
hard as possible, knocks her out.
yeah,
The
dude.
leader of this fucking underground secret psychic
Yeah.
fucking
Well,
facility,
it's
Reagan
the leader
drops
of the
her.
division.
Huh?
It's the leader of that division because this is seventh division, I want to say
Yeah.
for Claw. But yeah, but either way, he fucking drop kicks a psychic that has gravity powers.
It's really fucking stupid. Um, but
Hey, that's another one of his special attacks.
so mom starts to like drive up to start fighting, and Reagan's just like, "Are you gonna use your powers on people?"
Yeah,
Like,
you don't need to do that.
yeah, Reagan's just
Like
like,
don't.
"Don't do that. I taught you better than that." And mom's just like, "Well, I have
Yeah,
to protect everyone," and Reagan is just like the Chad of the year, dude.
yeah.
He's
And it's
given
like
this
it was.
lecture, like he's given.
Yeah, it's really good. Um, Oh, I did want to say actually actually there's another one of his wisdom that was earlier in the series. We probably should have mentioned it in the first part,
What's
but I
up?
just thought about it now. Where it's a talk that Reagan has about Mob with him talking about using psychic powers against other people, and he says, they're psychic powers are like knives, and do you turn knives on other people?
We
And
didn't mention that, and that was
we
a really
did.
good
Yeah, and
tidbit.
it's really good talk because like he's like talking about like, you got to just know how to use your knives.
Yeah, man. Um,
Mob even mentions knives so at some point during the episodes of Code in the first part that Mob outside of that flashback mentions something about him using his knives. But anyways, Reagan's decided, you know what? I'm since I'm the adult here, I'm gonna take care of this.
he's like, I'm just gonna take care of these people,
And he's like,
and
he pulls
Mob
out
just
his hypnosis coin.
he really fucking. This man says, "You're gonna be feeling very sleepy." And at this point, this is where he
Yeah,
started getting really scared and really freaked out because one of them, like, what happened? Um, where's it at?
hmm.
It was where he was finna like start fucking up the Quan Chi, and Quan Chi
Yeah,
like threw powers at him and launched him, and
yeah,
it freaked him out because Mob caught him. Like,
yeah,
and that's what happened. But
yeah.
man, this episode's so fucking funny.
Hmm. But
So
what I love about the fucking hypnosis point thing is he just fucking sucker. Is the whole get part of the thing is just distract them so he can just go for a sucker punch.
dude, he really does. It's so fucking stupid. Oh, so he sucker punches this dude and then almost gets cut in half. It's just like all of this stuff. Uh,
Yeah.
so they start going in this fucking huge ass battle. Everybody's
Uh huh.
fighting. The woman gets back up. She's had enough. She's wrecking the whole building with her psychic powers. And Mob's just like, I have
Sakurai's
to do
doing
it.
cool shit.
I have to fight.
Yeah.
Terry, he's just like, hey, use your powers, Mob. And Reagan's the whole time like, don't do it. Don't do it, Mob. You will never forgive yourself if you kill these people. And
Hmm.
he's like, I'm the adult. Let me do it. And then like he's just getting pulled left and right from Ritsu to uh, Reagan to fucking Terry. They're all giving him different
Yeah.
advice, and he finally
Yeah.
is about to blow. Like his meter's just going up and
Yeah.
up and up and up and up. And then all of a sudden, Master Reagan had to clap him back to reality. Gave
Hmm.
this man the biggest two cheek slap of his life.
Hmm.
And man, he fucking at this very moment he goes to slice Reagan and it
Yeah. Oh,
drops. That's where the episode ended.
well, there's some stuff we kind of glossed over.
I mean, there's like
Um.
tiny little things that we
Yeah.
glossed over.
Well,
Like,
no, I want to talk about Sakurai Sword War.
I was just about to get on that actually.
Dude, dude,
um,
dude, I want to talk about. I've been dying to talk about Sakurai Sword War.
so go for it, buddy.
Right, it's a Sakurai sword. It's like, he's just a cool, he's a katana man. I'm sure it's just like a normal katana. It's like, no, the dude's sword started out as a fucking toy sword, and he cursed it so much with his hatred that it became sharp.
Yeah, it's just so crazy. And then
It's so fucking
Reagan
great.
tries to reason with him. Like,
Hmm.
Reason said,
Um,
Reagan's just like, hey, we're just the same. Like,
yeah.
and Sword Man, he's just like, nah, don't you fucking dare compare your life to mine.
Yeah.
So basically, his sword just hardened with hatred into a
Yeah,
giant
it is.
katana, which is
Yeah.
crazy. And Reagan had the balls to say, hey, maybe you shouldn't play with toys. You're kind of a grown man.
Yeah, man.
But that gets into
Reagan's got
the
no
really
skills.
awesome fucking scene that's about to happen.
Dude,
Um,
I did want to say also there's a really nice which you really liked it. This I think is where Reagan started to really turn around to you as well. And there's a flashback about when Bob first meets Reagan.
okay.
Um, and it's such an just a nice little thing where uh it's like he's just Reagan's like really it's like you're just a kid, you're not doing too well in school. I can get that. Like you need a mentor. And he tells him the most important thing is that despite you having all these special powers and whatnot, not that you are still human.
Yeah, it's so
And
like
it's
I
such a
love Reagan,
good.
man. Reagan is
It's
so
great.
morally constructed.
You, you think
Like
he's going to be like this easy con man, but he actually has like a strong like moral and ethical code.
it's so fucking awesome.
Hmm.
Um
So without further ado, we can now get into episode 12. Which at this point, I remember at first we were going to just take a break, go play some games, and then come back to episode 12. But then after how episode 11 ended, you're like, no, we gotta fucking watch
I was
this.
so upset because I was like, no, I'm gonna just kind of finish with this episode. We'll finish the 12th episode later. Because I thought it was just gonna be like every other anime episode 12 just be random stuff. But no.
Yeah,
It cut off with Reagan getting his back sliced by Swordman. And
yeah.
we got into the episode where Mob loses it. He gets up to 100,
Hmm.
but using the moral code that Mob
Yeah.
had with Reagan,
Yeah.
he was so conflicted that he pushed all of his psychic energy
Yeah.
into Reagan. And this isn't any
Hmm.
just some 100% explosion power. This man's power goes from 100% to 4,000%.
Yeah.
This is
And
insane
that's
power like nobody has ever seen in their
uh
fucking life,
and
dude.
the 1,000% is mob's respect for Reagan. That's what
Oh
the
god.
thousand
Well,
percent
yeah,
thing
I
means.
get I get
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. That's his. Yeah,
oh
but yeah. Also, I love how the subtitles on it says like mobs decide. He's decided it's like the decision is instead of just fighting them, it's like leave the fight to Reagan.
yeah, that's basically what it
And
was. And
yeah, and
Reagan's just like, "Oh
now
man, you kind of scared me a little. You really shouldn't play with toy swords."
listen, man. I thought you were about to like kill me there for a second. Like, he is extremely cocky now. All the inhibitors have been released.
It really
he is he
has.
is fucking everything up, and he
Well,
is like dude.
one by one, he is fucking these nerds. Like, and in a
Yeah, he fucking
different
breaks a
sense,
sword.
he's not
He breaks
really
Sakurai's
fighting.
sword.
He's not
Yeah,
fighting at all. He is just fucking sitting
he's just
back.
existing.
Um, he's just basically swatting everybody away. Like, hey,
Yeah,
realize that you're fucking adults. Like,
all while he is just roasting the ever living shit
he
out of all of
really
them.
is. He's like, oh, you shouldn't play with toy swords. Get over yourself. Quit crying about it.
He breaks
To
the fucking sword, the cool ass hatred sword.
and
He
then
just breaks it over his knee. And then the
and
clone
then
guy comes in, and he's
Quan
like, he just
Chi.
takes out the clones, and he's just like, man, you know, what's up with that fucking outfit? You look like you're out of a fucking comic book or something.
He
He's like,
said,
what's with those shoulder
"Yeah, what's
pads?
up with the
He's
shoulder
like, oh, well,
pads?"
they're there to protect my shoulders when I'm fighting. And he's like, nah, they're fashion
They're
accessories.
fashion accessories. Get over yourself. Grow up. I was like, oh my god. And then after all of this has happened, in comes Captain BDSM. And he
He
starts
shoots the fucking
throwing these
orbs.
gravity orbs at Reagan. Oh my
He's
god.
just
He's
swatting
just like, are
them.
these soap bubbles? Like he's just
Uh-huh.
popping them away.
And I like how
And
everybody is like thinking like, oh shit, does this guy actually have powers? Has he just been fucking with us the entire this entire like even Terror is just like, what's up with this guy?
dude, it's so fucking funny, dude.
And
Um,
there's
so
a cool fucking shot of Mob and Reagan on a mountain, and there's a broken bridge between them.
yeah, it's explaining while
It's
Reagan's
such
getting all of this power from.
yeah,
Um,
and it's such a cool fucking shot. It's ugh, I can't. It's good.
but Reagan grabs this woman's face and says, "Don't you know it's rude to not show your face when you're talking to people?" Grabs her by the head, just full grabs it like a basketball, and yeets her across the
Yeah, dude.
yeets her across the goddamn
I
building.
dude, I put there's another thing where you know he gets launched in the fucking air, and I put down Reagan got taken to the moon and back, but he isn't done.
Yeah, he really isn't. Like he gets
He isn't.
launched,
I just
dude, and he just gets up and brushes it off like it's nothing. Like he's like all these
yeah.
big bad espers and getting taken down by little old me. It's embarrassing, really. And I think
Hmm.
at this point he's starting to realize that Mob is transferred his power over to him. And
Hmm.
because at first he didn't know, like, which is weird.
Yeah.
But Reagan is like just going ham. Oh
Yeah,
my
dude.
goodness.
So
Oh
actually,
my damn.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But actually, here's the scene where Sakurai's talking about his backstory to Reagan, and Reagan. It's like fucked up. It's kind of reminds me a bit like Fushiguro's backstory in Jujutsu Kaisen a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Reagan's just like, oh, I know how you feel. You know, this one time during my school's athletic day, my parents forgot my lunch. and I went hungry that day.
This is the backstory I
And
was
it,
talking
it
about.
yeah, yeah, and I like how because like Reagan's fucking face. This is hyper detailed, like SpongeBob esque, detailed like version of Reagan's face. And
Yeah,
it's really
it's
good.
really
It
really
was like some
good.
fucking SpongeBob or like Ren and Stimpy shit.
But after he gets done ripping
Um,
everybody a new one and launches her into a fucking brick wall, we then quickly realize that the her is not a her.
yeah, it's actually a really old
It's
man.
just this really, really old, creepy looking fucking dude. Epic face
Yeah.
reveal.
Also, he has a bunch of fucking scars covering his face, man.
Dude,
He's fought the boss many times.
oh my gosh, he has just been messed up incredibly.
Yeah,
And then goes on this huge delusional fucking tantrum, rage mode. I will rule this
yeah,
world. Claw will bring down the fucking earth. We will run the fucking planet with espers. Humanity needs to know their place. Blah 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 blah. And at this point,
yeah,
Reagan's starting to wind down. Um, he starts tapping out of Mob's power.
yeah. He's out of that mob juice.
And he's just like, "Hey, Mom, give me some more of your power." Mom's like, "Oh, I'm kind of tapped out. Sorry."
Hmm.
But at this point, what's his face shows up. What's his name?
Matsuo, the poison jar guy.
No, the redheaded guy.
Show shows
Show,
up.
yeah, Show shows up and literally reverses this man's power with the gravity orb
Yeah,
and launches it back into the fucking dude. And
yeah,
he timed it so perfectly. It was like a counter strike in fucking Smash. It was like,
yeah,
he timed it so well in his head. He even did like a little tidbit where he was like calculating it in his head. And he's just like,
yeah.
I just have to wait for the
Listen, show.
perfect
I
moment.
I can rate the show. Show's obviously a little back main.
And then but uh Jar Man, he isn't done. Uh he says, I'm going to release my epic fucking spirit. He's the only one left in the jar. And he's talking about Dimple.
Yeah. Well, he's not expecting Dimple to come out, but the fucking Dimple survived,
Dimple somehow fucking survived. And
and he's gotten a little stronger because he is able to absorb all the spirits in it.
he got stronger and fatter. He's a fat fucking spirit now.
He's Fat Boy Dimple.
But he had the weirdest derp face from the jar.
Yeah,
I don't know if you made note of it, but it looks so
I did
stupid.
not.
But at this point, Claw had been taken down. And everybody's just, sitting there in rubble from the building being crushed to pieces. And Show, he's just like, well, it's over. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back home. Um, and Mom's just like, oh, is this not it? And like, and he's like, no, there's plenty of divisions. This is just the seventh division of many fucking like levels of shit. And he just on his way out, he's like, I'm 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 disappointed in you. And he's talking about Mob.
Hmm. Yeah.
Because he doesn't use his powers for the way that he thinks that he should use them. Mob, like we
Uh.
said, Mob uses it in Reagan's way without using it on actual people. And
Mhm.
but Claw's seventh division has been absolved. Well, time for school. Let's go back to school.
Yeah, we got to go back. Listen, you still got to go to school. You can't just get out of school.
But I mean, immediately the whole like tide of the whole thing changes into them just going back to school.
Yeah.
The reporter's trying to get
Hmm.
more information on Mob, and he puts the reporter in her place. Like, look, I don't want to talk to you. Go away. Um, Onigawara really
Um,
like got
yeah,
straight
yeah, dude,
from the power of the
yeah,
Tomo
dude,
Squad.
yeah, dude.
Um,
He is now an honorary member of the Toba Squad.
yeah, Onigawara is also
Uh,
Tenga.
Tenga,
I don't know
yeah,
why I used his last name in
yeah,
this one. Huh.
yeah.
Um,
Um, let's see. Terror's training the kids.
yeah, Tara's training the
Um,
kids. Mob had to take a nap. Uh,
and Dimple is helping Reagan out because Reagan can now see Dimple.
yeah, Reagan can see fucking Dimple now, and they have this whole little moment,
Yeah,
and it just cuts to every character
yeah,
doing their own thing, and then all of a sudden, at the end of the episode, it shows Show again calling his dad.
yeah.
And he tells his
It's
dad that, hey, this little establishment that you put together, this little group of people, ain't got shit on this kid. So maybe you should get your
yeah,
shit straight, Dad, and hangs up.
yeah.
And
And
he's
he's like,
like,
fine. He's like, fine. I'll take matters. Fine. I'll do it myself. Pulls out
and
the Infinity Gauntlet.
he,
Yeah,
but that was the end of the episode, really. That was the end of
yeah,
season one. Um,
that's really good. There's one small like bit where it's just the episode ends with like a small short of Mob and Reagan hunting for a basically hunting for Bigfoot, but
oh
it's
yeah,
in the
but
form
that was at the end
of a
of it. I feel like that was just like
Tsuchinoko,
a
which is
filler
just like a
thing.
little. It's just short. It's just like a
Yeah.
short.
It'd be like the
It's nothing.
end of a manga type short, like the ones in Fairy Tale where
Yeah,
they're just doing little side stories that they threw into the anime.
yeah,
So they're just looking for a snake essentially, but he ends up finding a
yeah.
shit
A
ton of
fat snake.
mushrooms
It's a
instead.
Tsuchinoko.
It's the same.
Yeah,
It's the same thing. Oh, but
yeah,
he finds just a bunch of mushrooms, and Reagan's just like, you know how hard these things are to find and how great they are.
yeah. Man, I can use them to cook.
So they forget about the main mission and end up leaving the forest full of mushrooms. And it
Yeah.
cuts to the end of the episode with them just snacking on lovely little mushrooms. Um,
hmm
which is
That's Mob Psycho
that's Mob Psycho 100
season
season
one.
one, dude. Oh my gosh,
And
it
we're
was.
gonna. I know at first we are talking about doing a fucking Buffer series, but I think we're just gonna jump straight into fucking
I think we're
season
gonna jump into
two,
season two. It was
and I'm looking forward to
phenomenal.
that.
Me too, most definitely. Um, I gotta see what I can do with another intro for Mob Psycho. I don't think I want to use the same one. Um,
hmm
so I'm thinking about switching it up with some of the events from season two and making an intro there.
Yeah, that would have been the plan anyways. If we do something that has multiple seasons, if the season is counted as a separate series, then that season will have its own intro.
Yeah, so we're probably gonna do that. But I'm actually been thinking about and in the works of a main intro that we're gonna use for the channel.
Yeah.
For anybody who
And-
is watching this, I do want an opinion on it. Um, if you guys actually like the intros that I'm doing now, like the individual like season esque intros, or would you guys like just a solid intro all the time? Because obviously,
mhm.
we're all a team here. If you do,
Yeah.
if you are watching this, you are listening to this, you do make it to the end of our episode here. Just give us some,
Yeah.
give us what you think. Bob Stowe's also gonna put it in the comments down below. If you guys want to comment on the
Yeah.
video to see what you guys want to do. We're always here to
Uh-huh.
talk. We're always here to comment. Bob Stowe's constantly
hmm
checking the channel. So don't be
Yeah.
afraid to give us a holler. But
hmm
with
But yeah,
that,
but no.
uh, you
But
have
yeah.
anything else to say, Bob Stowe?
No, that's it. Other than that, like, I really fucking enjoyed Mob Psycho 100.
I
Like I said,
was
it's one of.
super surprised by it. I will say that.
Mhm.
So
I really fucking like it is a like I said, it is a series I watched back when I was still in high school, and like I fucking loved that shit back then. I still love it now. Everything from especially Mob's whole character arc throughout the entire series. I just really like it and how the series focuses on themes such as like self improvement and whatnot, and
Oh
the
yeah.
sort of boredom some people get, where a person might have like a special talent that other people see as a special talent, but to them, it's nothing. It's just everyday life to them,
Yeah. It's
and it's just a really poignant series. It's really good, and like I said, it gets even better in season two,
I can't
and I'm
wait to watch season 2.
so
I
fucking excited
really,
to
really
watch
can't
season
wait to
two.
do that. I also can't wait for
Um,
season 2 of My Dress Up Darling whenever it decides to come out. Chainsaw Man's
yeah.
gonna come out pretty soon. Hell's
Hey, no,
Paradise.
season three of this series is coming out soon. It's coming out in
Yeah, I
October.
know. It's gonna like we got a
Yeah, so
lit
we'll be
year
we,
coming
we,
out,
we
dude.
got we got we got we got a lot of fucking content whenever October hits. October's gonna be the big month
Yes, it's
for
gonna
us
be
because
huge,
there's gonna be
dude.
so much shit.
Um,
But other than that, I'm Bob. Still, are we good to go?
yeah,
Are you
I'm
ready
fine.
to
That's
put
all I
this
had to
out?
say.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm Bob. Still, the Odor Weeb,
And I'm Red, the bald-headed wonder.
and you just got done watching the Anime Boys.
The anime boys. See
Boys.
ya.
See ya.